Hey guys, in today's video, I'm going to be discussing that 3-digit number that affects many major decisions that you'll make in your life. And that number I'm talking about is your credit score. I'll be discussing what your credit score is made up of, why it's important to know what's on your credit report, if you are a newcomer to Canada, how you can go about building credit, or if you have bad credit, how you can go about to improve that. This is a random image I pulled for Equifax credit range. Anything under 560 is poor, 560 to under 660 is fair, 660 and above is good, and anything above 760 is excellent. So our credit score is made up of 5 different factors, and I'll be discussing this in terms of a percentage. So of the whole pie, 100%, the first factor, payment history. That accounts for 35% of your credit score. So you can see why it's important that you pay your bills on time. If you're late by 30 days or more, it will negatively affect your score. So you lose points for paying your bills late. And you can imagine the longer your payments are late and the number of late payments you have, that can significantly damage your credit score. So if you find yourself in this position, I strongly suggest that you contact that company and try to set up a payment plan with them. Along with setting up a payment plan, you can ask them to maybe remove that late payment that is reflected on your credit score. Some companies are lenient and they will remove that late payment, but they are not obligated to remove a late payment from your credit report. The next part of the pie, which is also heavily weighted, is the credit utilization, and that accounts for 30% of your credit score. The credit utilization is basically how much credit you have used compared to the limit of that item. So for example, if you have a credit card with $10,000 at your limit, the general guideline is to not go above 30% of that. So that would be $3,000. So if you are going up to the maximum amount of your credit limit, it says to the company or the lender that you are heavily reliant on credit to go by your day-to-day life. The other component of your credit score is the length of your credit. That accounts for 15% of the pie. Now, the age of your credit is important because it says that you are responsible for having that credit for such a long period of time. So if it is a case where you are looking to close accounts, try to leave the credit that you have had the longest, keep that one open, and close the ones that have the shortest life. The next factor is your type of credit. So how your credit is basically diversified. This says that you're able to handle various types of credit and you're able to manage them responsibly. So for example, you have a line of credit or credit card, car loan. So different types of credit is seen as good because you're able to manage those responsibly. And the last 10% of your credit score is new credit. Now, applying for new credit isn't bad, but of course the lender has to verify how responsible you are with your credit. So that is reflected on your credit as well. Those are hard credit checks. There are soft credit checks as well. So for example, if you are looking for employment or you're looking to rent a place, those are soft credit checks, and those don't typically affect your credit score as much as the hard one does. Some people will say that they don't need to know what is on their credit, especially if they have never been denied for a loan or they're getting the best of the best rates. However, I think it's important to review your credit report, maybe even just every 2 years or so, because sometimes there are errors that are on your credit reports and you won't know that if you don't check it. And if you're the person where you're going to fix things on your credit report so that you can improve your score, you need to know what items are on it so you can call that specific company and make some arrangement with them or call them to have that negative item removed from your credit report. So newcomers can have a pretty hard time because a lot of what we do, unfortunately, in this country and in a lot of other countries reflects how you are with your credit. And if you have no credit, then what are you going to do? So I suggest for newcomers to apply for a phone immediately as you get here. That's the quickest way to start building your credit. And I know that RBC and Scotia, they have some newcomer package that you can take advantage of. I believe it's a credit card. The limit is usually lower, maybe like $1,000. Your credit is used to determine a lot of things. So get on that right away if if you're a newcomer. For people who have bad credit, so I've already spoken to you about how you can have those late payments removed from your credit reports and doing a payment plan with that company. Also, if your payment is over, I think it's 150 days late, that will be going to collections, and that is not good. Once it goes to collections, I believe it's reflected on your credit report for, I think it's over 5 years, and that's a long time, guys, if you think about it. So make sure you take care of that before it gets to collections. Now, I don't recommend this step per se, especially because if you have bad credit, it usually means that you're not responsible with your credit. But if it's a case where I know sometimes people get into really unfortunate circumstances, maybe they just came down with an illness and have acquired a lot of medical bills, or you lost your job, or you're going through a divorce, and all of those things can affect your credit. So maybe you have maxed out your credit cards. If it's that case and you know now you are able to start paying down those debts, you could apply to get a new credit card, because at that point it now extends your credit utilization. Remember, I explained that your credit used versus the credit limit. If you're in that situation and you're able to now make those payments, then I suggest you can apply for a new credit. But if you aren't responsible, don't even listen to me. Do not follow that step, okay? I really hope this information was useful for you. If you have any further questions, you can give me a call. My phone number is 647-828-0448, or you can email me at nadiacawley@gmail.com. All right, guys, have a great day. Bye.